All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I would like to give all praises and infinite glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule and teach well. And peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world, that's pushing out this truth with all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. This is the brother Karatazah out of GMS Atlanta. Just here with the lesson, going in on not being ashamed, to basically teach the truth, to the people who's unlearned, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah called us and to do this duty, so to speak, and we should do it, with gladness, with joy. Because ultimately we're saving, people, from if they hear, if the Lord has it deemed for them to be a part of the elect or the 1/3, we're saving them, from the death and destruction of this place, man. So don't be ashamed, to teach the truth, to people who's willing to learn, people who come, ask questions, sincere questions, not foolish questions, but, sincere from the heart, and who's willing to learn and listen, man, you know. But without further ado, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 42, in verse 8. It says, "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish." You see? So this is what the scripture says. It says, "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish." Because at the end of the day, it could be just simply as they just didn't know. They never heard the truth, so you never know how, they may take it. When I decided, to do this lesson, this is for me first, because sometimes you may catch yourself, holding back, so to speak, because you don't know, how that person may take it. So you kind of, put it to the side. But nah, man, if the spirit resonate, within yourselves that it's a certain point in time, of course, but hey, put it on them, man. And you don't have to, just hard bomb, just drop it on them. You can ease into it as well, man. You gotta just play it by ear. But continuing reading, it says, "And the extreme age that contendeth with those that are young, thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all men living." You see? So, hey, this is because we're called to be joint heirs, with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So we're going to have people, who's listening and learning from us, man. And this and starting now is a perfect time, for that practice, so to speak, man. But practice like you're in a game 7, as a brother said, in our camp. This practice like, you're in the game 7 of the championship, man, because this thing is serious. So when that flood, starts rolling in, you have thousands, and hundreds or however many followers, listening to, what you say, you have to be on point. You have to be well learned, So this is a book of Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 5. It's Salaki verse 15. It says, "It is joy." Salaki, let me highlight it. "It is joy to the just to do judgment, but the destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity." You see? So it says, "It is joy for the just or the righteous to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity," man. The guys who, teach, false doctrine or, going against Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah, the destruction is going to be upon them. But it's joyful to a just man, to do judgment, and I'm gonna pull up the blue that on that precept Salakia, because I wanted to get that word judgment in Proverbs 21 and 15. Salakia. And we all know that judgment in the Hebrew is mashpat. And it says judgment, justice or ordinance, act of deciding a case, a process, procedure, litigation, a case or cause, or sentence or decision. It says execution, time, justice, right, recititude, attributes of the Most High or man, ordinance, decision, right, privilege, or due, proper fitting, measure, fitness, custom, manner, or plan. So these are all basically things or just going into the word judgment that a righteous man should be joyful to do, man. Deciding, because brothers do it all the time, especially now. We see, all of these rappers and, so-called celebrities getting, put to death by the Lord. We we play the videos back, and we sit back and judge manners according to the scriptures. Who was in the wrong, who was in the right. So and it's joyful for us to do these things, man. But that's neither here nor there. But it's going back to the point, man. They don't hold back that tongue, from somebody who's willing to hear and listen to you, man. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 10, and I'll start at verse 13. It says, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, and here's the point that I wanted to get. How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. You see, it says, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. You see, so it's a beautiful thing to preach the gospel, which is the scriptures, the good news. Letting people know, letting our people, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that you're really an Israelite. And these terms were placed on you by your enemies, to take your, your heritage and your culture away from you and to throw on you and to put on you, heathen customs, man. That's, good news, So if the Lord has, someone out there, who has their ears open, and have that understanding, they're just waiting for you to just drop it on them, man. So don't hold back that tongue, because, it's a beautiful thing, man. And I know, men, who has basically fruit, up under them who basically told, a brother about the truth, and they listened and they stuck to it. And now, they're laboring, in the truth. They feel good about it, man. Because they see the works that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah can do through them. We have to continue, doing that. So with that, I wanted to go back to Proverbs 21. It was a precept that I wanted to get in there. See if I can find it. There you go. Proverbs 21 and 23. It says, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his souls from trouble. Proud and haughty, that was a good one. But I wanted to get Proverbs 21 and 25. It says, the desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuseth to labor. You see? So that's, really kind of being, slothful as well. Hiding that, that talent in a napkin, because the Lord bless you with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and you're hiding it. It says your hands refuse to labor, man. And we all know what the scriptures say, whoever put their hand, on the plow and licketh back, is not fit for the kingdom of heaven, roughly paraphrase. You see? So these are the things that we must consider, man. Hey, it's a large group of people, that's about to flood, into the truth, man. And brothers, that's started B times or early, we have to be prepared for these things, man. This is, like I was saying before, is a good time, for practice. So I'm gonna go to the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord. To write these things to me indeed is not grievous, but for you it is safe." You see? So Paul was saying that, the things that he's telling them is not grievous unto him. He likes doing it. Why? Because he understands, the magnitude, of what he's doing, man, what he was doing, which Paul was traveling to the different churches and preaching the gospel and the good news, man. You know, but when you go into the word grievous, in that precept, it means sluggish, slothful, or backward. And that's why I brought out that precept in Proverbs 21 and 25. Because if you're holding back your tongue, on preaching the truth, whatever the case may be, is slothful and is ultimately is grievous unto you, man. You know, and that's something that the Lord, basically doesn't like. You know, so this is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 13. It says, so like I just go straight to 16. It says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee." So in order for someone to hear you, you have to what? Speak. You see? You have to let them know the gospel and the good news in order for them, to be saved, So that's the importance of pushing the truth for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, whether it be through videos, highways and byways, just a regular conversation with your family or, someone who you know. Hey, this is all doing the work. The scriptures speak about, in 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, that our labor is not in vain. It's a purpose for why Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has put his spirit within us, to teach the truth, man. So don't let it be grievous, or like the book of Sirach, mentioned. It says, "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise," man. You see? The Lord told us that, to give out that warning, for the death and destruction that's coming into this place. So that's what we must continue, to do. So I'm gonna go to the book, of 1 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, which really this whole chapter, shows you how basically to be a good brother, But I'll read a couple of verses, and I get closing precept after this. But this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "For yourselves, brethren, know our entrance in unto you, that it was not in vain. But even after that we had suffered before, and were shamefully entreated, as ye know, at Philippi, we were bold in our power to speak unto you the gospel of the Most High with much contention." You see? So we have to be bold, and speak unto the gospel, unto the Akim and those who's listening as well, man. Don't be, ashamed, man. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you have the truth, man. The scriptures tell us that we're the outcast, so to speak, man. People are going to look at us funny already because while we have, beards, no, we don't have our, heads lined up. They can see, that they can see that we're not like, an everyday person that, they come across. So they already got that one eye on you, So, hey, man, just walk as a man of the Lord, man. Don't be ashamed of what these people think about you, man. You see? So we have to be bold in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. But I'm going to go ahead. You know, it was, you know, more on that. You can, you know, read it, you know, if you have the time. You know, I'm going to go ahead and close off in the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 39. It says, matter of fact, I'll start up a verse at 38. It says, now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but unto them that believe to the saving of the soul. You see? So we don't believe, you know, those who goes back, you know, into destruction, you know, because when you look into the word perdition, it means destruction. You know, but it says, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul, you know. That's who we have, you know, the pleasure in, man. You know, we're trying to save the souls of not only ourselves, you know, but of, you know, family members and like I mentioned before, those who's willing to hear. You see? So that's the importance of, you know, not holding back your tongue, you know, and being able to, and also being able to tell, you know, and discern, you know, when the time is right, you know, but you know, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out by giving all praises and infinite glory into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. Until the next time, I say shalom.